So you're watching this video because you've been wanting to do this YouTube automation thing, and for the life of you, you cannot get a single video to go viral. And I want to tell you guys now, it's not your fault. It's actually the fault of your teams. If you don't have the right teams, if they don't understand how to actually create videos that go viral, you will never make money. And so today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what it actually takes to create an A+ team. This is going to be the only automation hiring video that you need. And I'm going to give you so much sauce, everything that you guys need, from where to find the teams to the procedures, a bunch of different add-ons. So if you guys stay until the end of the video, this will literally be the only thing that you ever need to watch to ensure that you never have the missing ingredient, which you have now, which is your teams. This is the overarching issue with majority of channels that don't make money, is that they're using the wrong teams. They don't know how to actually put together the right kinds of freelancers to create the videos for them. So what we're going to talk about today is quite simple. Let's show you right here. Number one, we're going to go over understanding the video creation production line. We're going to go over project management boards. I'm actually going to give you a free automated template. I give this to all my students. I'm going to give it to you guys for free. All right, it's amazing. Also go over the positions that you can actually outsource, because there's more positions that you may think that you can outsource to delegate this entire business more and create more of that automation feel. Also, where do you guys hire contractors from? There's a lot of different websites. I'll show you my favorite ones and really the best ones out there right now. Furthermore, the key things to look out for when hiring, along with understanding if a contractor actually knows your niche. Then we're going to go over how much you should be paying your freelancers, how to post a job listing, and I'm going to show you specifically for Upwork, how to get samples from potential contractors, how to get contractors off of Upwork or any other platform, the rule of thumb for firing contractors, and also the tools and hierarchy for managing your YouTube automation team, how to pay your contractors, and last but not least, the training and revision process. All right. So guys, before we get into this, I want to just take a second to let you guys know exactly who I am. So my name is Catrina. I run a coaching program teaching hundreds of students how to start and scale their YouTube automation channels from zero to upwards of $5, $10, $15, even $30,000 a month. I can even show you some channels that I've run in the past year. We have, this channel doing $9,000 to $10,000 a month, the AdSense revenue here, and some cheeky little earnings from affiliate, another fantastic way to make money. And so don't just take my word for my student success. Here are just some of the students that we have in our program. I didn't want to throw in hundreds of screenshots, but you can kind of get a gist of it. Fantastic reviews, and just a little case study here to show you that, we definitely have worked with some people who have made some incredible money with YouTube. We have Addy here. In 1 year's time, he was able to actually start earning $35,000 a month. You can see here, he jumped up from 2,900 to 29,000 to 34,000 to the first week of June at $7,000 a month. You can see 20K in 8 days, 60,000 2 months, and the cherry on top is he lives in Israel, which is insane. So I'm proud to see if he can do it, anybody can do this. So at this point, I'd like to think that we know what we're talking about. Again, through hundreds of students, hundreds of case studies, we definitely have been able to go through a system that is tried and tested. Everything that we teach is not just intuition or hypothesis, but rather data backed. We make data-driven decisions because we have so much data through all of our students. And this is all that I'm going to be teaching you, is stuff that is actually tried, tested, and backed. All right. So moving on to number one. So in order to do YouTube automation, I follow a specific workflow and I use Trello as that platform. But let's go from the beginning and walk our way to the end. All right. So step number one is the research phase. So you have to actually conduct research on video topics. If you guys need help with figuring out video topics, I'll leave a nice video in the top right corner, which teaches you all the strategies that I use for myself and all my students to actually come up with the best topics in the game. All right. So number two, we have project planning. List research topics on a project management board, example, Trello, and we'll talk about it, Trello as well shortly here. And also Asana is a very similar one as well, if you guys want to use that one alternatively. The third step is to set up a Google Drive folder. So super simple, just head over to Google Drive, set up 4 different folders. You have your script writing, voiceover, video editor, and thumbnail. This way, when you actually have your teams upload the files actually onto the drive, they could just put them in their own respective folder. Super simple, keep it clean. The next one is script writing. So scriptwriter picks up an active project from the board, writes a script, and uploads it to the respective Google Drive folder via the project management board. All right. Next, we have voiceover recording. So the voiceover artist takes the project assigned for the board, records the voiceover, and uploads it to the same Google Drive folder via the project management board. Next, we have video editing. Video editor picks up the project from the board, creates the video, and uploads it to the designated Google Drive folder via the project management board. Next, we have thumbnail and description creation. All right, so the thumbnail designer and the description writer work concurrently throughout this process. So create a thumbnail and write a description for the video, then further upload the thumbnail and the description in the respective Google Drive folder. And last but not least, completion and review. Ensure all 5 files, which are the script, voiceover, video, thumbnail, and description, are in the Google Drive folder. Update the project status on the project management board to completed, or just move it to the appropriate column. Now, everything I'm explaining here, this is all the theory. So I'm actually going to walk you through all the steps and show you exactly what it looks like. But next, let's go on to the project management boards where I can actually show you. Now, ultimately, the choice of project management board comes down to your personal preference. So you can find any of the one that you guys enjoy using. Like I said, there's Trello, Asana, there's other ones out there. But here are the actual requirements that we have around what kind of project management board you should use and what kind of features it should have. So a good project management tool should be able to enable you and your team to track the progress of your videos, facilitate seamless collaboration among contractors without the need for a middle person, provide your team with access to and the ability to upload files to the videos folder, allow for project-specific communication directly within the project card, notify your team when projects are completed and ready to upload. So I'm going to walk you through one of the project management boards that actually allows you to do this. So the project management board that I suggest my students to use is called Trello. I've also included for you guys a copy and paste template that you can start using right away for you and your team. So I'm going to walk you guys through that right now. All right. So this is Trello. It's going to look a little bit different for you. There'll be a logo in the top left corner here. I have it cut off because of the custom diameters of this recording, but this is the basis, right? So you have a content workspace here. You have all the settings on the side with different boards, etc. So what's going to happen is when you click the link in the description of the video, you're going to see this board, but you will not be able to edit anything. Okay, I can, but you won't be able to. So what you need to do is go here to copy board, type in the name here, keep these settings the same, and click create. Now, when that happens, you will have the exact same board, but you will now be able to edit it and move things around accordingly. Okay, so let's take a look at all the fields and what we can actually do with them and why it's important to have them the way that they are. All right, so the first one is resources and competition. Here you want to actually assign different folders, different files here with different channels. Okay, these are going to be your competitor channels. This can be resources. Maybe you have different websites where you get up-to-date research on different topics. If you're in the trending niche or you just have different blogs, put them all here. The next one is buckets. Now, what is a bucket? Let's check out Mr. Beast. I'll show you exactly what a bucket is. A bucket is a common idea, a common theme for a video. So we can go $10,000 every day you survive in the wilderness. So let's go ahead and do protect the yacht and keep it. Well, there's another one, protect the Lamborghini and keep it. Okay. We have $1 versus $250. We have $1 versus $100 or $10 million, right? So when you find these combinations of videos where they're the same exact theme, but just different variables, that is a bucket idea. So you want to find, here you put $1 versus XYZ, you would put protect this or keep it. So this is the bucket ideas. Now, these are really, really good for your channel, and I'll have another video actually explaining these much more thoroughly because they're a fantastic way to grow your channel. The next one is draft video ideas. So once you have the buckets and everything, you want to start putting on as many ideas as possible. This is not, I want you to just kind of throw spaghetti at the wall, and this is where it goes. All right. From there, you start hand picking the proper ideas, and then you put them into video ideas. So this is where the ones that are actually been approved and ready to go into production. Now, once a video goes into production, you then have to send it off to the first person, which is the thumbnail artist. When the thumbnail artist completes, they then move it to script writing. Script writing then goes potentially to a script reviser. Now, I don't always advise you to have a script reviser, but if you find somebody who's very, very good at script revision, it could be a fantastic way to just ensure that your scripts are top notch, adding some humor, making sure there's full corrections done, whatever it may be that you need. Script revisers can come in super, super handy. Now, from there, it goes over to voiceover. That one then goes over to video editing. From video editing goes to video review, which is technically going to be a quality control team. Then it goes to ready for upload so that your project manager or you can actually upload it to YouTube, and then it goes to done. And that's pretty much everything. So with that said, I'm also going to teach you something super, super cool, which is actually how to automate this entire workflow, which is amazing. So the first thing you want to do is actually go to share and add your entire team to the Trello board. Once they're in the Trello board, the first thing you want to do is assign the scriptwriter to the thumbnail. When I say assign, you want to ask them to actually go in here, press the 3 dots and go to watch. When they click on watch, what it's going to do is actually going to send notifications every single time a new thumbnail is added. So when a thumbnail is added, then they can see the thumbnail is added and they can start working on the script. Okay. That is how you actually start the automation sequence. Now moving forward from there, the script reviser would want to have the same setting turned on here, which is the watch feature for script writing. So every single time now a script is added, the script reviser can see the script and they can start doing the revision. Now again, the voiceover artist would want to watch the script reviser, so when the script revision has then added and completed, the voiceover guy can see that and take that script and now narrate it. Same thing with the video editing, video review, and ready for upload, right? If every single person is watching the respective board previous, they can then be in the know and see when something is completed and take action on it immediately. So you don't have to have any communication with these freelancers. They can just all do their work based on automations. Now, I don't recommend doing this right away because you want to have your oversight. You want to actually review this stuff by yourself. But when you actually feel comfortable with your team, they don't have many revisions or any at all, then this is a great time to start tapping into the automations because they're very, very convenient. So that's the project management side. Let's go back to the actual video. All right. Let's start talking about the positions that you can actually outsource for. All right. So if you don't intend to handle a task yourself in the long run, it is better to outsource it as soon as possible. So when we break down the YouTube creation into a comprehensive step-by-step process, several roles actually come into play, and below I've indicated which roles I personally take on and which ones I outsource. All right, starting off with the first role, we have researcher and idea generator. The individual is responsible for coming up with the video topic, and this would be me. I always take this one on. Even in the later stages of the process, I always make sure that I'm the one doing this. It's very, very, very difficult to find someone who is extremely comprehensive and capable of having the right kind of video topics, because if you have a bad video topic, the likelihood of that video not going viral is very high. Right. The second one is the script writer, which is the individual who writes a script for the video. This is someone that you would definitely easily outsource. The third one is the video editor, the individual who edits the videos. Again, you can easily outsource this. Voiceover artist, the individual who records the voiceover for the video. Again, outsource. Quality checker, the individual who ensures the video meets the standards outlined in the SOP, the SOP being the standard operating procedures. Outsource. Furthermore, we have the uploader, the individual who uploads the video onto the YouTube channel. Again, outsource. Then we have project manager, the individual who manages the teams, videos, and project management board. Again, outsource. Description writer, the individual who writes the video description. Again, outsource. Thumbnail designer, the individual who creates the thumbnail for the video. Now, I sometimes do this, but mostly I like to outsource it. Optimizer, the individual who finalizes the video, thumbnails, and title, which is me. And that is basically the entire production line and how it looks from afar. Now, some things are done by me, which are basically nothing, and the rest are outsourced. And that's really the beauty of this business model. I just want to say now there is so much more coming that is so important for you guys to fully grasp the idea and topic of putting together the best possible team. So don't leave now, because if you don't take action on the things that I'm about to say now, which is where do you find them? How do you hire them? I'm going to give you exact job templates for the voiceovers, for video editors, everything that you need, how to hire them, failed templates, past templates. It's all here, guys. I've broken this entire thing down for you to make sure that you have full comprehension, full understanding, and full confidence in hiring the best possible teams for your channel. All right. Don't leave now, because you're going to miss out on some sauce. All right. So you guys might be asking, where do you actually hire your contractors from? So there's primarily 4 different platforms that I've used in the past. I use Upwork, onlinejobs.ph, Fiverr, and freelancer.com. Now, I'll be very, very honest. Fiverr is probably the best one to use, and also Upwork as well. Okay. So now, if you're finding it challenging to locate high quality freelancers, know that it is supposed to be a difficult process. However, guys, rest assured, so the key is to invest the time in posting job listings, conducting interviews, and actively searching for the right talent. Now, what should you look for when you're actually hiring? All right. So number 1, can they communicate well? Number 2, can they follow the SOPs that you've outlined? Number 3, for scriptwriters and video editors, is the scriptwriter familiar with your niche? This is crucial because it significantly impacts the quality of the writing. And the scriptwriter understands your niche. They can much more effectively express their opinions and thoughts on the subject matter. Guys, please hire scriptwriters and video editors who actually know your niche. But now this leads me to my next question. How do you know if a contractor actually knows your niche? Right? This is a huge one. Now, the easiest way to know if a contractor knows your niche is to do an interview, right? And just ask them specific questions that are related to that niche. While there's no actual foolproof method for determining if someone is lying about knowing your niche, an interview should give you a good sense of whether they're genuinely interested in your niche or they're just capping. So it's also highly beneficial to know your niche as well yourself, right? Your expertise will make it so much easier to tell whether a potential contractor is being truthful about knowing your niche or not, right? Super simple. How much should you actually pay your freelancers? This is a really, really, really good question. Now, an entire video from 8 to 12 minutes usually costs in the range of $50 to $80 in order for it to be produced. This is the whole thing. And I'll actually break it down for you guys right now, okay? So scriptwriters are about $15 to $30 for a 1,500 to 1,800 word script. Voiceovers are, again, $15 to $30 for a 1,500 to 1,800 word script. Video editors are $15 to $40 for an 8 to 10 minute script. Thumbnail designers are $3 to $10 per thumbnail. Description writers are $1 to $3 per 100 word description. Project managers are $5 plus per hour to 5 to 10 hours per week. Now let's break it down a little bit more because I want you guys to understand. The sliding scale will really depend on the quality and where you hire them from, right? If you hire somebody from the US or any first tier country, they're definitely going to cost a little bit more. If you do hire overseas, meaning, Eastern Europe, Philippines, Pakistan, India, that will range obviously in the price. So there are some determining factors, of course, to the price and the sliding scale here. Another thing to note here is, stuff like thumbnail designers can be actually replaced by AI at this point. We have thumbnail bots that we give to our students that have been, they're free, and you can literally create them within seconds without having to navigate any thumbnail designers and get something that's custom to you within seconds, basically for free, right? Description writers can also be done by ChatGPT or different AI softwares. Project managers, there are some AI softwares as well. I don't really recommend them too much, but again, there's a lot of stuff here that can be done by AI. Voiceover artists can be completely overdone by AI. There's 11 Labs, there's Artlist, there's different ones that do incredible voiceovers. Also script writing. Script writing is another thing that can also be influenced by AI. Now, I don't fully recommend script writing, but if you know how to use it very, very well, there's another way to save you a bunch of money, right? Now, other roles that there are, start them at $5 an hour for 5 to 10 hours per week. You are encouraged to invest in higher quality work if you prefer, but my advice, guys, is just to prioritize keeping your costs low during the initial stages. This approach allows you to focus on learning and applying the fundamentals of YouTube automation. As you gain insights, though, into which videos resonate with your audience and which do not, you will be in a much better position to increase your budget per video and then further improve the quality. So this is just the starting prices. Of course, you can start increasing those prices as you start making more money, right? Always reinvest into your business. Now, how do you actually post a job listing to attract your talent? Because at the end of the day, you guys have been hiring people. It hasn't been working out. Well, let's go back to square one, right? From the initial stages of hiring, which is the job posting itself. How are you actually finding the talent? And what are your qualification standards when it comes to posting? So please avoid including any of the following information in your job listing, as doing so could actually result in your listing being flagged by the platform or even lead to suspension of your account. Number one, email addresses, phone numbers, and physical addresses. Names of other communication platforms also don't do well. So Skype, Viber, WhatsApp, don't say give me your WhatsApp. Don't say what's your Skype. When you write those things, they'll flag your account. They actually will probably suspend you or ban you instantly. So don't do that stuff, okay? Now, what have I done for you guys? I've created some templates for all the roles mentioned above. And this is actually the best way to hire and exactly what you should say to hire the top tier talent that you're looking for. So for script writing, the title of the job would be creative writer, screenwriter, or script writer needed in the topic of insert your niche here. Category, creative writing. Description, I'm looking for a long-term scriptwriter who can write in the topics of the following, insert your niche. We are very lenient, casual, and can accommodate however many scripts you need per week. We're looking for someone that can communicate effectively, reasonable turnaround time, be creative and humorous, and the tone that we're looking for is casual and friendly. We're looking for scripts to be 1,600 words per script, and you can always adjust this, of course, for what you're looking for. Someone who can blow me out of the water with their proposal. For each week I will supply a topic. This does require research. We will have to do a trial run first. If you read the middle of the job descriptions, please type in your favorite animal at the beginning or end of your proposal. I do this very intentionally, okay? So when you're writing something like this, it will actually help you determine who is reading your job ads properly and who's taking this job ad seriously. Because what you'll find is when you have posts like this on freelancer websites, there will be a flood of interest immediately. You'll have in the first day between 20 to 50 applications. Now, a lot of people just spam, invite themselves to your job application. They'll just send their proposal, but it won't actually be tailored. It'll just be a general proposal like, hey, I do script writing, cool. Here's my samples, whatever. But they didn't actually take the time to read this, because if they don't write their favorite animal, that means they didn't even read over your entire job posting, which means there's zero diligence and zero actual genuine interest in your job posting. They're just looking to make money, which again, I don't argue everyone's looking to make money, but you want someone who has attention to detail, someone who's actually genuinely interested in your job post. And that's why we trigger these little flags here, which is if someone doesn't post that, that means they didn't even read your thing to begin with, and they probably are not a good candidate to work with, right? As you can tell, I'm looking for a long-term scriptwriter and do have high expectations, but keep in mind, this will be consistent weekly work if you can provide. All right, let me know your thoughts. And that's it. That's all you have to do. The second one we're going to talk about is the voiceover artist. Honestly, everything is going to be pretty much the same as the other one. We're looking for, having casual voice, be humorous when need to be able to convey the tone in the script. I'll be also very, very honest. This is here for you guys. You can just screenshot it if you like. I'll leave it like this. But I highly recommend just using AI. There's sites like 11 Labs and Artlist. They are fantastic sites to get voiceovers done. It is much cheaper and it is much more seamless because you don't have to wait for people to create those voiceovers, and the turnaround time just increases significantly. All right. The next one is the video editor. Now, this one you cannot outsource to AI. Now, the title is looking for long-term video editor, compilations to compile visuals, minor animations, video editing, post-production. Video must be 8 minutes unless otherwise indicated. I'm looking for a long-term article video editor who can compile clips and images to match the scripts that we provide related to the following topics, and then insert your niche here. The video editor should be able to speak fluent English, communicate effectively, turnaround time at around 3 days or less, be creative and humorous, and must be able to edit a minimum of at least 2 videos a week. All right. If you have read the middle of the job post description, please type in your favorite animal. Again, insert that cheeky little test for them. As you can tell, I'm looking for a long-term editor, same thing as before. Again, we're providing the script and voiceover and simply just need visuals for it and be put together in a nicely and creative with some slight animations. And that's pretty much it. All right, so moving on to the last one here, we have the thumbnail artist. And again, I will leave this here. I'll be very, very simple with it. You guys can just screenshot it and use it if you want, because I personally actually recommend that you use AI. So I actually have a software that I created, a ChatGPT bot that I created for my students, and I've given to them for free. And I'm going to send that offer and give it to you guys also for free. So in the link in the description, I will have the link to my ChatGPT bot where you can literally just plug in a thumbnail, a competitor's thumbnail, or one of your own that you've created that you want to have improved. Simply just upload it to the software and then press enter, and it'll actually generate an entire new thumbnail for you in a much better way. Just try it out for yourself and see if you guys like it. If you do enjoy it, let me know in the comment section below. But guys, this is where it gets fun, because now you've actually posted the job. You're going to get a lot of interest, a lot of people applying. So how do you actually have a proper filtration process which helps you properly and efficiently lead to the right candidates that you want to hire? So first round of templates, all right? If somebody comes through and again, they haven't been diligent, they didn't write their favorite animal, they're just not the type of person you want to work with, that's fine. So if somebody isn't the standard that you're looking for, that's fine. Just send them this message. Hello, I reviewed your application for the job opening and noticed that some of the instructions were not followed. Attention to detail and the ability to follow guidelines are crucial at this role. I'm willing to offer you another opportunity to revisit your application and ensure all instructions are followed. Boom. Now, if they passed, very simple. Hey, first name, thank you for submitting your application. Your skill set is impressive and you can be a great match for our team. We only have 2 to 3 openings remaining for this role, and we'd like to have you complete a brief task to further assess your suitability. Please note this is not free work, but rather it is a quick and straightforward task designed to evaluate your skills. If you're unable to successfully complete this task, we won't be able to consider you for the position. Many of our prospective contractors have been more than willing to undertake this initial assignment to determine their fit for the role. And I'm just saying this to basically just give edification that, we work with some crazy people. They're willing to go out of their way to prove to us that they're worthy. And so you should too. That's kind of what this is saying. Now, I've recorded a video to introduce myself and provide more details about the job, including specific instructions for the next steps in the application process. You can watch the video here. This is completely optional. You don't have to add this. All right. Looking forward to your response, and boom, that's it. Now, the second round template is once you actually get them from the first message to the second one, right after this one above. Then you want to say, hey, again, first name, I'm excited to inform you that you're among the final 3-4 candidates that I'm considering for the position. Your skills have stood out and I've appreciated your prompt communication. The next step is a brief 15-minute interview. This will actually give us a chance to get to know each other better, discuss compensation, and determine if you're the right fit for our team moving forward. Could you please choose a convenient date and time for the interview using this link? Once you've scheduled the interview, reply to the message as soon as possible to confirm, and then I can ensure it's added to my calendar. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. You can insert the scheduling link or a platform call as well. Now, guys, you can do this call or you can choose not to do the call. You can actually just go ahead and ask them the same questions via text. This is probably the best way to create a very transparent relationship with your freelancers. You want these guys to stick around for as long as possible. You want them to respect you as a client. You want them to prioritize you as a client. And so the more thorough we are here on this process, the better chances we have to actually create a really strong bond and a relationship with them so that they can deliver amazing quality work consistently for us. So it's up to you guys if you want to hop on a call that's a video call, maybe even just a voice call. It is technically the best way I've noticed to put together a really solid team. But again, that's your discretion. Do whatever you feel is best, all right? Now, the next step is to talk about how we can actually get samples from potential contractors, because you don't want to just hire them before actually seeing what they're worthy of, right? What the quality actually is, because everyone's going to send you samples. And there's a lot of times these samples won't be theirs, right? They're just using other people's samples. Because if you hire someone based on what they provided you and then they end up not having anything close, you would have just wasted your time and energy on somebody, whereas you could have known this from the beginning if you just requested the samples. So now that you have potential candidates that are applying for your Upwork job listing, you can start requesting samples. Now, I always pay for samples. You don't have to. You could try and get them for free, but I typically just pay because it just shortens the time that it takes to receive instead of kind of going through the negotiation process. But you can shorten samples requested to save money. For example, if you're looking for a scriptwriter to write a 1,600 word script for $20, then you can request a paid sample of maybe even like $5 to $10 for an 800 word script to see if they're a good fit. If you're looking for a video editor for a 10-minute video, you can then request a sample paid at $10, right? Same thing with free samples. You can ask for free samples if you want, like I mentioned. However, be cautious to ensure that the requesting free samples isn't against the terms of service on the hiring platform that you're using. Currently, some people say it's against Upwork's terms of service to request free samples, but I have not actually found this explicitly stated in their terms, and I've done it myself, asking for free samples, all right? Now, how do you actually get these contractors off of Upwork or any other platform to begin with? Why would you want to do it? Well, because there's obviously fees that are built into the platform, which can really add up, right? So if you want to save money, you want to be a little bit more frugal with the entire business model, it might be in your best interest to get them off of the platform. You have to be very cautious when you do this. And again, use your discretion if you choose to do it, because there is convenience working within a platform, but there's also the inconvenience of the fees. So now when you're actually on the interview call with them, this is probably the best time to get them to start working with you off of Fiverr, Upwork, online jobs, whatever it is, right? Now, another way to do it is that you can actually just send them a document, right? Send them a Google Doc, literally something like this. It's a Google Doc, right? You just write, if you wish to work with me off of X, you can contact me at X. Now, that's all it says. I would send it to them. Don't make it available for everyone. Make it a restricted link where they actually have to request access to see the document, right? Because what happens is on Upwork and Fiverr and the different platforms, there are actual AIs and there are people that are hired and go through these chats to see if people are trying to take these freelancers off of the platform. And if they notice that happening, they will ban you, right? So this is why you have to be very cautious and just kind of get a feel for the person that you're working with, ask them, different questions. And then when you get on a call with them, you can then kind of predetermine if there's somebody that'd be willing to hop off the platform. But again, you can either ask them on the call or you can just send them a document like this. Again, don't make it available for anyone to see, because then the people from the platform can just click on the link, see that you're trying to take their people off, you immediately get banned. It doesn't work, right? The hiring process is quite repetitive, guys, and it usually involves posting multiple job listings and interviewing as many people as possible before finding the right candidates. It can take time, right? So just please don't lead yourself into believing that you can't find the right candidate for your YouTube automation channel, or that no one knows my niche. It's not like that, guys. They're out there. You just have to take your time to find them. This is a marathon, not a sprint. All right. Now let's talk about the rule of thumb for firing contractors. This is super important to know as well, guys, because there will come a time where you need to fire some people. All right. Hopefully not, but it's likely so. And that's perfectly fine. Sometimes you want to fire them just because you want to have a better talent. You want to increase the quality, and that's fine, as you should. As the channel levels up, you want the team, you want the quality to level up as well, right? The rule of thumb here is hire slowly, fire quickly. All right, so the hiring process is quite repetitive and usually involves posting multiple job listings and interviewing as many people as possible for finding a good candidate. You're unlikely to encounter contractors whose quality of work declines over time or who ultimately end up being poor candidates for the role. Be quick to fire them, but take your time when hiring new talent. Always take your time, all right? Now, the tools and hierarchy for managing your YouTube automation team. Let's talk about it, all right? So for video storage, I use Google Drive for the business, all right? For project management and tracking, we use Trello. I'll leave a link here, and I'll leave it rather in the description of the video. For team communication, I use the free version of Slack. You're also welcome to use Discord or literally any other communication platform that you prefer. Now, I primarily communicate with my project managers and executive assistant. They, in turn, have their own respective channels with individual contractors, so I don't actually have to manage those interactions directly. I'm going to show you now what my hierarchy of communication is. All right, so it's as follows. It's me, my project managers and executive assistant, and then my contractors. Now I'm going to break that down even further because on Slack, I actually have custom built channels, and this is what they look like and who are there and what the roles are. Okay, so I have executive assistant, and so this is where I discuss my miscellaneous or day-to-day tasks with my executive assistant. All right, who's in this channel? Well, it's going to be just me and my executive assistant. Next, I have my channel, which is thumbnails. In this channel, I request revisions or new thumbnails for my thumbnail design team. Who's in this channel? It's going to be me, my executive assistant, project managers, and thumbnail designers. All right. Next, we have hiring. Here, my project managers and I discuss roles that we need to fill. So in here, you'll see me, my executive assistant, my project manager, and my hiring manager. Next, I'm just going to have a channel in there, which is just the name of my YouTube channel. Now, each of my YouTube channels has its own Slack channel, which includes me and the project manager assigned to that channel. Any discussions specific to a channel take place here, although I must admit I don't really use these channels since most of my video discussions occur on Taskforce, which is another internal platform I use, but I still have it there just in case. Who's going to be here is me, my executive assistant, and project manager. Next, we have descriptions. This is where I request video descriptions that need to be completed ASAP. So in here we have me, my executive assistant, my project managers, and my description writers. You guys don't have to have all of this. It's quite extensive for sure. And this will also come in a time where you have executive assistants and you have project managers. Until then, there's not really a need to have all of these. If you want to just create them preemptively in preparation for the time that you do, so that when you do hire them, you already have the channel set up. And instead of having to come back to this video, it's all signed up. But it's up to you. And I just want to show you guys exactly how I operate things from a day-to-day basis. All right. Next thing we're going to talk about is how to actually pay your contractors. All right. So there are 4 main platforms you can use, and it's PayPal, Wise, Payoneer, and Upwork. All right. So there's no platform that's better than the next. Some people just have Payoneer, they don't have Upwork. Some people have Wise, they don't have PayPal. It's up to the person and what they prefer as well. They all kind of suck with fees. Wise is probably the best one when it comes to fees. Payoneer is not that bad. Upwork is what it is. It's an internal platform for third-party hiring. So they do have payment processing in there. It's just, again, it's great, but you do lose out on the site fees. Now note, it's the contractor's responsibility to send me their invoices. So what I do is that every Friday, either I or my project manager review these invoices. They cross-reference with the completed tasks on Taskforce, which is the project management tool that we use. But again, you can use Trello and then proceed with the payments. Now we process payments on a week-to-week basis. You can do it that way, or you can just choose to do project-based. You pay them before or you pay them in bulk. It's totally up to you. All right, and then we have last but not least, the training and revision process. I'm going to keep this super simple. With your first potential candidates, do expect that there's going to be a training period to have them understand what your expectations are. Now, regarding revisions should be normally included. All right, one thing to note is to not aim for perfection when it comes to your videos. So let me explain this quickly for you guys. All right, so expect that there's going to be a training period to have them understand what your expectations are. You need to set expectations primarily, right? If they don't know what the expectations are, it's going to be very difficult for them to create the quality that you're expecting. And that's why SOPs, standard operating procedures, are very, very important. I provide SOPs for all my students. These are fine-tuned down to the most granular detail of what the expectations are. And you should, really approach building these very, very intentionally. Because when you have SOPs, which are it's just a subset, it's a workflow, right? It's standards. Make sure you do this, don't do this, this should be this long. When you create these and you provide them to your team, they now know the standard. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how do I know these things? Like, how would I learn these things? Well, it's going to come from reverse engineering your competitors, right? Imagine for a second that you actually watched all your competitors' videos very, very intentionally, right? You watch them when a point where you're not really a consumer, but you're kind of like someone who's diagnosing their videos. And so maybe you extract their script, and maybe you put that script into a document, and now you have the entire script written out for you. And then you maybe section out the intro and the body and the outro, and then you kind of observe and see how long the intro is, or you observe and see how they started with the first sentence, or see how they transition from the intro to the body, or in the body to the outro. Maybe you were super, super intentional about doing that with one video, and maybe with 5, and maybe with 10. And then maybe at that point, you could see all the commonalities of what made these viral videos go viral. Crazy. And so these are the things that I teach my students, is you actually have to reverse engineer and diagnose what is success, like what caused success. You can't just go in and like, this topic looks cool, hire this team, expect them to do everything. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work like that. But the process I just gave you, that I just mentioned to you, that is what it takes. And the thing is, I don't want it to sound super intimidating, like this is just your job of reverse engineering scripts and stuff like that. You just have to do that once, and that's it. Because with that done once, you then build your SOPs, the standards, which you then give to the teams, and they can follow all these different markers to replicate success. It's your job to understand what success is, and then reverse engineer it for your channel, and then take action on it with your team. That's all it really is. Now, regarding revisions, again, revisions should be normally included. You can definitely expect that, if they send you something that you don't like, you can get it revised without having to charge. But I just want to say, guys, you can do this on your own. Everything I just told you here, you can do it on your own. I trust 1000% that if you guys take action on this, you will have some top tier teams, like the best of the best. This is the same process that I've used to hire my A+ teams, which now make me a ton of money, So you guys can do it on your own. But I just want to say and throw this out there, all right? If you want to have someone guiding, if you want to have a guardian angel watching over your shoulder and letting you know that what you're doing is right or wrong, and give you the reassurance and confidence that you need so you can establish that unwavering faith that what you're doing is the right thing. For example, picking the right niche, picking the right teams, picking the right topics. There's one thing I can offer you, and it's extremely valuable, and it's data. All right. So let's talk about that for a second. You can try this on your own, but I promise you guys, you're going to go through all the mistakes and failures that I personally had to go through. I spent over a year and even more than $30,000 in just content creation, teams, and constant failures before finally cracking the code. All right. We have now all the data over all these years throughout building my own channels, the hundreds of students, where we have all the data that works. All right. It's very, very simple. We understand what are the best niches, the best topics, the best hooks, the best pattern interrupts, etc., so that I can give you the exact roadmap and guarantee your success. I do mean guarantee. All right. 6 months with me, 6 months. You will learn how to scale any Faceless channel and become profitable within 6 months, guaranteed. If you don't believe me, hop on a call with me. I will show you exactly the guarantee. I will show you our success rate, and I'll show you what it means to be successful. Okay. Now, furthermore, I want to show you what it looks like. Just a couple examples. We have hundreds of students. I showed you at the beginning, the trust pilots and the other stuff there. We have tons of these. Go through. I'll let you zoom in, scroll, pause, whatever you want. Look at all this stuff. This is what success looks like. It is there. This is not a saturated market. This is not a competitive market. Yes, there's competition. Yes, there's saturation, but I don't believe in market saturation. I believe in market sophistication. So if something seems to be saturated and competitive, there's always a way out. There's always people who innovate and create their own edge. And that's how you actually penetrate a market that seamlessly is too competitive or just not working anymore. It doesn't work like that, guys. You need to actually understand how the algorithm works and what it wants and deliver what it wants. So if you think something's overdone, it's not. And I can say that because I have students every single day that are starting our channels with us and are becoming profitable. So if students right now are starting and are making money, that means it still works, guys. So you can do this on your own. Like I said, I have full faith in all of you, full faith. But if you don't want to do this on your own, you want to have somebody with you on the journey, I highly advise you guys just click the link in the description. It'll be the first one there. Book a call with myself or my team and just see if we're a good fit. This is not actually for everyone because we're a very, very intensive program. We spend 6 months with you. We dial in. We give you all our systems. We give you a lot of support over communication between 9 calls a week. We give you communication through one-on-one chat. We have a community. There's so much there, and it's all designed to help you guys start and scale a channel to becoming profitable in 6 months and scaling to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, or we give you your money back. So if you're interested, like I said, book a call. If you're not, perfectly fine. I trust you guys, like I said, completely to do this on your own. But some people need the help. I know I'm the type of person that needs help. I need accountability. I need someone to hold my hand. So if you guys are like that too, I'll see you guys on the call.